Hi guys, welcome to today's SportsPage podcast here on December 17th, the day after the Chicago Bears have clinched the NFC North division title. And so we're going to start with that. And Bears big win over the Packers yesterday. First time the Packers missed the playoffs 2 straight years since 05-06. And I know we got a Packers fan here. What are your thoughts on that?
I kind of expected this going in Chicago. I mean, they're a good team at home. Defense is really good, obviously. Khalil Mack and all those players. Eddie Jackson playing really well this year. I wanted to expect this. I had a false sense of hope going into it. We had a shot at the playoffs, but ultimately it did not work out.
Yeah, the Packers officially eliminated from playoff contention. Bears looking real strong heading into the playoffs. The only thing with the Bears is I don't know if their offense is good enough to keep up with those guys like the Saints and the Rams. I mean, obviously we saw them beat the Rams last week on Sunday Night Football. But I think the Rams will, even though the Rams lost again last night to the Eagles, I think that they will get Goff right. And if they play in the playoffs, I think we'll be seeing a little bit of a different kind of game, especially considering that the game would be in LA or in New Orleans, because Saints and Rams have better records than the Bears. So it should be interesting. I feel like Trubisky's not quite there yet, and I feel like that offense needs a little bit more structure, not be so sporadic, and before they can be legit contenders. But that defense is going to be a tough out.
Sure. This defense is definitely the strength. But yeah, the question is their offense. Can they get it in a consistent rhythm with that offense? They can make the big plays. They have Tariq Cohen. They have Robinson. They have Anthony Miller. They have these guys that can make big plays, but Trubisky's not shown that he can be consistent. He can make great throws. He can make some really bad throws. It's just trying to get him consistent, which obviously you need to work on. Having to keep up with the Rams offense, which has struggled of late, but like you said, I think it will turn around. It'd be difficult for them. But yeah, a lot of Bears fans obviously happy about that. They've had a good defense last year. Now with Matt Nagy coming in, they're kind of putting it together. So good for them. For sure, that was great trade for them. I don't know what they gave up. I don't think it really matters. He's a generational type player. You can't replace. So I don't know what the Raiders were doing, trading away someone like that at that position. Yeah, I guess they needed a clean slate to work with, but I don't know. I just don't see why you trade that type of player.
All right, so before we move on to the next games, I think we should maybe preview this Saints Panthers game.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we have Saints Panthers in Carolina. Carolina, are they still in the Are they still in the playoffs?
They're still
on the outside looking in.
Yeah, they're still in the hunt, but what a season has been for them. They were 6-2. Cam Newton was looking like sneaky MVP candidate having his best season yet, and there was all this talk about him, and then boom, 5-game losing streak, and now they're 6-7 after they were 6-2. I mean, they got absolutely destroyed by the Steelers on Thursday Night Football a few weeks back. I mean, that really started the whole thing. They just hadn't been able to get right.
That whole Cam Newton shoulder injury, that's definitely not helping anything. I mean, he can't throw like he used to. You're used to him throwing missiles all over the place. Now he can't. It's just he's got some drive on the ball, but nowhere near as what you'd like to see him. Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen tonight? Now we settle that.
The Panthers are cool. I mean, New Orleans is usually not a very good team on the road. I don't think it could be a good game. The Panthers have still, McCaffrey, so a lot of good offensive weapons. DJ Moore has shown well this year. And Cam Newton is still a franchise quarterback. I think they can have a close game. They're just going to have to contain that New Orleans offense. And I don't know. I want to have a lot of hope for the Panthers, but I just don't know if it's there. They haven't shown the ability to right the ship quite yet. And I don't know if that's going to be tonight against the Saints. I think their season is just about lost. If they lose tonight, it's definitely lost. If they're not already, I think they've already done it to themselves. But a win here could, you never know. Put them back in a position. We've seen the Saints are vulnerable if you play some good defense. And Panthers definitely have that. So see what they do.
So last night games, the Sunday night game between Philly and the Rams. So pretty good game.
Yeah,
honestly, it was a pretty good game. I was not expecting it to be a good game at all. I was expecting Rams just go out and just do their thing and score 30 points, 35 points, and just totally obliviate the Eagles with Nick Foles and all that. But actually, Philadelphia played well. You got to give them credit.
I think it's not really baseball, but I thought golf for the player what happened last week is basically credit to Brett Coleman, YouTube channel. Great guy, does really good film, case study. You should check him out. But he showed on film of last week the Bears with their insane pass rush. They pretty much just played back and baited Jared Goff into throwing downfield like he's so accustomed to all season. And Jared Goff, for some reason, just will not take checkdowns. Not really sure why. So Jared Goff is just trying to force the ball downfield like he's done all season. I think it's like a normal game. And it doesn't work like that. And, you'd think he'd learn, and I guess he didn't because, the Rams offense struggled again.
Yeah, third week in a row.
And Eagles did a pretty good job bottling up Todd Gurley. Of course, he had a knee issue in the fourth quarter, so we'll see how that pans out. But the Rams are looking suddenly vulnerable. But I don't know, I still have confidence in McVay and Goff, and I think they'll get it right for the playoffs. But I at this point, I think the Saints are the favorite in the NFC.
I would agree with that. I think these last few games have shown that while everyone was on the Jared Goff hype train after that Kansas City game, did they win that game? Who won that game? They won that game, right? Everyone's on the Jared Goff. Oh, he's this great player and whatever. He's good. He has the arm. He can make the throws in the pocket, but he struggles really badly with pressure in his face and moving around in the pocket and making plays. He needs to see an open receiver, and he can hit that receiver 10 times out of 10. But if you still throw a 6'7", 250-pound lineman in his face, he can't move around the pocket and make plays that you'd like to see, like this Mahomes and these and these other franchise young quarterbacks.
Throwing for 300 yards a game, just puffing touchdowns here and there. I think the Cooper Cup injury is having a bigger effect than we realize. And I just think he's not too comfortable. The Bears and Eagles. Eagles don't have great defensive backs right now, but pass rush
is still pretty good for sure.
Their Goff's just gotten too comfortable, and it's been a real wake-up call.
For sure.
But like I said, I think they'll get it right.
You have to give some credit to the Eagles. They don't have Carson Wentz. Their defensive backs. I don't even know who they're. Nick Foles played well. He didn't set the world on fire by any means, but he kept control of the game. He kept them in it, and they outperformed them on the ground. Because Josh Adams and those running backs, Smallwood, they all played well. Sproles even, he's back now. You got to give some credit to Nick Foles, though, and the Eagles. They kept themselves in the game, and finally they could push through at the end.
See if the Eagles can come back in the playoff race. Currently they're on the outside looking in. I don't think they have the tiebreaker over Dallas, so I don't think that this is going to win the division. They're taking a pretty bad class from Dallas at this point, which the Eagles said a few weeks ago they're never going to make them choke like always. But I don't really see that happening. I think that was kind of a fluke yesterday for Dallas. But the Eagles, I guess the Eagles still have some kind of hope. Minnesota looked really good yesterday, and Seattle had a good loss. So, yeah. They're still alive, though.
Is Wentz out for the rest of the year? Is that confirmed?
Pretty much. Foles has been announced as starter for Sunday. There's only going to be 1 week left after that.
Yeah, they can try, but I don't see it happening.
For me, I think they just missed it. It's pretty much a lost season, even with the win last night. And they don't need to put their long-term quarterbacks out of danger.
Yeah. And you think...
I don't think they're a team built for a championship this year anyway. So even if you do make the playoffs, say you play Wentz and put his health at risk, and you do make the playoffs, realistically, where are you going to go?
They've also spent. They're not going to do a lot of moves in the offseason because they've used draft capital to trade for, I think, Haloti Ngata and Michael Bennett, things like that.
No, not too bad.
But they don't have a ton of financial flexibility, so it'd be interesting to see how
They're real close.
their team's not going to change dramatically, if at all, really. So it'll be interesting to see next year and beyond how they'll compete in the NFC East.
It would be a different season for them if they didn't come back on them twice to the Titans and to the Panthers early in the season. They'd be in a really good spot right now. They'd be 9-5 in the division. If they didn't have those epic classes. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yep. Got to finish the games. Why they play them. Moving on. Pittsburgh, New England. Pittsburgh wins 17-10. New England not looking that good on offense.
This is the result we should have had last year. We all remember the Vance McDonald, Jesse James, one of the two tight ends. Had that no catch.
Oh my! Line. Oh, don't bring that up again.
Well, Steelers. Let's be honest, the Steelers were showing that game last year. So.
Was that the AFC Championship?
No, it was
it was like late in the year in Pittsburgh. Oh, where he dove for the end zone and they called it incomplete. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
So this really should have been the result last year. It doesn't surprise me.
They're good at home.
This just goes based on I heard today that Brady's like the third worst quarterback in the red zone this season. It's crazy. Gronk only has 2 catches in the red zone. They're just struggling down there. Outside of James Devlin, vulture and touchdowns, they're having trouble. I still have confidence in the Patriots that they're gonna, do the normal thing. I don't know. This might be the year that they don't get there.
We always say, the Patriots are looking kind of bad. But you gotta believe yes,
because they beat the Chiefs already. They elevated their level of play. A big win against the Chiefs, and then they come in here and they look like. Not like garbage, but they didn't look that good against the Steelers.
They look off sync.
Yeah, they gotta figure some things out.
They always do this kind of thing where they're like they don't look great, but they're gonna come in and just in the playoffs where it really matters, they're gonna come in and show out. But maybe this is the year where they don't do that. Tom Brady's looking old, not doing great on offense, so we'll have to wait and see on that.
If the crew goes, they're not gonna have a first round bye, which is gonna be the first time they don't have a first round bye since 2009. In 2009, they played the wild card round. They lost to the Ravens.
Yeah.
So this is going to be some uncharted territory if the Texans take care of business and don't lose.
They've pretty much always been a home for playoffs, so this will be. So they're gonna have to do something.
This might be weird for them, so we'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
Okay. Next game we have San Francisco, Seattle. San Francisco pulling that out in the end. Game-winning field goal by Robbie Gould.
Right.
Last second field goal. In overtime. It was a good game. Yeah. I don't think both teams should kind of take this game with a grain of salt. It does show that I think 49ers have something good going with that coach, that O-line, the offensive scheme. Doesn't really matter the weapons they have around them because they have Dante Pettis and I think Marquise Goodwin's out. George Kittle's obviously still great. Yeah, the defense for San Francisco it's vulnerable, but they held their own against Seattle. I think it just shows that Kyle Shanahan is a really good coach, and he has a really good scheme around him, and that 49ers fans should be excited for next year with Jimmy Garoppolo coming back.
Yeah, not just a bad loss for the Seahawks. I think they came from the game. Last time they played the 49ers a few weeks back, they trampled them, and they probably were expecting the same result. But this is the NFL. You can't take any team too lightly. You're in for a surprise if you take someone lightly. And we saw that yesterday with the Seahawks. And that 5 seed was looking real secure for the Seahawks, but maybe not now. They got to play the Chiefs this week at home. So this could make it interesting. Washington's kind of creeping up. If Carolina wins tonight, we got the Eagles in there.
Washington's not creeping.
They're playing the Titans next week. That's a tactical matchup.
I guess.
Call me crazy, but the Redskins are creeping a little bit.
They shouldn't win that game by any means.
They're gonna mess some things up a little.
They shouldn't. They're so hurt. They're so banged up. It's bad. Their O-line's banged up. They are on Josh Johnson now. They're really.
I don't know.
banged
This
up.
is gonna be a big game.
But I mean, I've seen weirder. That'll be interesting.
But Seattle will be a tough out. That's gonna be. It's not gonna be a team you want to face. I mean, they played the Rams close in the two games this season.
What are you talking about now?
Seattle.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be a tough out. Even going on the road. They played the Rams close. They had a close game against Chicago. I think week 2 of Monday Night Football. They had a real close game. I think it was Chicago. They played a real fight. That was always a good game. That's been a matchup that's happened a few times the last few years. I mean, that could be a good one. The other thing I would say Seattle doesn't want to do is go to New Orleans, and they really struggle in New Orleans. Outside of that, I think they'll be a tough out, just like the Bears. We got the Rams and the Saints up here, all high and mighty, but there's some teams down here that could present some real promise for them.
I don't think anyone's going to want to play Seattle in the West. They'll run the way they.
That's a punishing team.
They're punished for sure. It's the old school way of playing. They got that good, solid, underrated defense, and they can run the ball.
Tough, and they legitimately run 6 offensive linemen who will pound you every single play until you're just so tired. And then you got Chris Carson coming in, breaking off long runs. Rashad Penny is in there. Mike Davis. And you got, like we saw yesterday, we have J.D. McKissick coming in, catching passes out of there's 6 running backs. They're an interesting team. Of course, you always got Russell Wilson. They have some underrated receivers, kind of like the Ravens, Baldwin and Tyler Lockett, even more. Decent receiving core.
Decent. But they don't need to be that great because they've shown their identity is run, run, run. They don't need to pass the
ball. No one's really able to stop it. So
it works for them because it does. So. Next up, we have Tampa Bay, Baltimore. Baltimore winning by 8, 20-12. Baltimore's another one of those interesting teams that could make. Where are they now in the playoff race? They're not in the division.
They're a half game behind the Steelers.
So they're right in it.
And they are currently sitting in the second wild card spot. They have the tiebreaker over Indy somehow. I'm not sure how that is. I think they might have beat them this year. I'm not sure. They're also tied with Tennessee. Baltimore is, really similar to Seattle. They play a tough defense. They're on the ball. Lamar Jackson's really been electric ever since taking over. And
I would say electric running the ball. I wouldn't say passing.
Yeah, of course. They're running like 40 times a game now.
They should. That's how it should be.
They're averaging like 220 rush yards.
Although eventually you have to be somewhat concerned as a Ravens fan of possible injuries to Lamar Jackson since they're running so much with him. RG3.
I mean, he did that in college so much. He's not I don't think he's that bad of a quarterback, honestly. I think they'll be just fine with him. The Ravens with that tough defense be a tough out in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Tampa Bay not really showing up, but I mean, it is Baltimore's defense. It's a very, very good defense. Top
Tampa Bay actually ran the ball pretty well yesterday.
Yeah.
At this point, we just got Dirk Cutter trying to save his job.
James Wynn's trying to save his job too.
Yeah.
But although I think they'll stick with him.
It'll be an interesting development next forward.
Okay. Atlanta putting up 40 on the Cardinals, 40-14. It is. Well, okay, not that much, but Atlanta over the last however many weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, they haven't even scored 20 points. And one of those games, they scored a touchdown with like less than 30 seconds left. Their offense has really struggled the last few weeks. So
I mean, they can't run the ball at all.
No.
And Devin Coleman yesterday. Matt Ryan's actually had a really good season. It's just if they had a defense, I mean, they'd actually be coming this year. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's been fun. I don't think he's been great.
They need to remodel that offense a little bit, get a run game going again. When they had Freeman going, he was, very punching with his style. When they could run and then hit you with the play action, like the Rams, they were pretty unstoppable. And they had a sturdy defense. That whole thing's kind of gotten away from them a little bit. But, the offense looked much improved this year compared to last year after it really struggled last year. Julio's had a fantastic year, almost 1,600 yards at this point. Lead the league in receiving yards. But the Cardinals, on the other hand, Rosen, Rosen hasn't looked great, but it's a work in progress. At least they have David more involved now because they were really struggling to get him going.
The Cardinals just need to take their L's and then just go to the offseason.
You get their draft pick and draft a stud.
Try to do something in the offseason. This team right now is just bad. It's just bad. They can't do anything about it. But yeah, Atlanta at home. Atlanta on the road in the cold, that's not good at all. But Atlanta at home, they can hang with them more. Yeah. Okay. This is what national media's freaking out over. The Dallas getting shut out. It's Indy.
Colts have some underrated defense
They
there.
do.
Darius Leonard, rookie linebacker, leading the league in tackles. Really easy.
People are actually going to realize that the Colts have a good defense. Although everyone thought it was going to be a terrible defense coming in, it's actually played really well with those draft picks.
Darius Leonard's a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Huge part of that. Blake Hooker's really showed up this year at safety after he missed a lot last season with the injury that he had. He had an MCL, something on his knee. D-line's been underrated. That entire team was underrated coming in, and that offensive line is, been night and day from last season.
They realized
last year they were giving up 10 sacks a game on the regular, and now there was a stretch where Luck didn't get sacked for 5 weeks in a row or something.
That front office realized that you need a good O-line. If you give Andrew Luck an O-line, he will do some things.
Yeah, he is good. And one thing I want to talk about is Andrew Luck, an MVP candidate.
Is he an MVP? I think he needs to be in the conversation at the very least.
I think he very well is. He's taking the Colts to 8-6 record.
He had 300 yards and 2 touchdowns in 5-6 straight games. This team, he didn't have to do anything because they just kept running it and they kept working.
But Marlon Mack is really coming into his own. That O-line is punishing. Quentin Nelson was not the flashiest draft pick, but he's been effective.
Yeah, for sure.
You got your field stretcher and Hilton. You got your red zone target and Ebron. Really a shame they lost Jack Doyle on IR a week or 2 ago. But they still got collectively. They don't really have a lot of big name guys, but collectively they get the job done.
Yeah, for sure.
When you have a franchise quarterback like that, you get some receivers open. You give them some time, they'll find people.
Yeah, a good team, especially down the next. Maybe not this year. It won't be the Super Bowl year, but
down the road,
next 2-3 years, maybe they got a good shot.
Something that might be crazy is wander over to the Colts. Really intrigued by what he's seen this year with Luck.
That'd be a good fit for him. I never thought about that.
Spot for him, yeah.
Good O-line, good quarterback.
Put him the quarterback, have a dynamic running back to him, and then they can really go run heavy, with a good O-line, and then they can basically be like the Seahawks, pound the rock and got Waddleton.
Or even like the Saints, where they run it a lot. They run it a lot with those two, and Drew Brees makes plays when he needs to.
Right.
That's a good way to do it. You also have to look at Dallas here. Scoring 0, I get it. Colts defense is good, but you got to be a little concerned with Dallas and Dak, the play of Dak Prescott.
Well, they have a field goal blocked, and the knees they dropped a wide open touchdown.
The offense struggle drops. I saw a tight end drop one. It was wide open. A Wally in a touchdown.
The only thing I'd be concerned with Dallas is maybe the last few weeks really explosive, but maybe they're just getting a little too predictable. Because their offense is pretty basic.
Is run first and second down, pass on third down.
And they're Amari Cooper.
It's not the flashiest offense in the world.
It's probably become a little too predictable. So they just gotta kind of fix some things, and honestly, they have to play a little better. Losing Zach Martin, I don't know how that impacted the game yesterday, but they'll get him back pretty soon. Yeah, Zach Martin didn't play yesterday.
That's probably why they didn't score.
First ever career game missed.
Probably why they didn't score. That's probably why they didn't score. Yeah, but I think they'll still win the division.
Yeah.
Just because of that good defense with Van Der Esch, Jalen Smith. There's a running game. They did. Oh, so there you go. So that's a big thing for them. That solid defense. You got to question the upside of Dak Prescott, but I think they have a solid formula there. I think they just need to move on. out this week and just try to get things going next week. Up next we have Minnesota, Miami. Minnesota. They fired. It seemed to. They actually decided that running the ball is a good thing.
It's almost like they forgot that he racked up like almost 400 yards on the ground, and it's electric. They forgot how to use him.
Yeah, I don't.
Definitely should. He's a top tier running back.
I wouldn't call him a top tier running back yet, but he's a nice running back for sure. They need to get. Although it was a good win yesterday against Miami, they need to fix that O-line somehow, some way. It is one of the worst O-lines in the league.
Miami's a pretty soft defense. So, I mean, you can kind of see what happened today. But that offense for the Vikings, the most points they scored, 41 is the most since 2015. So, definitely sign of things to come. I thought maybe the Vikings were going to be a little bit vulnerable coming into it. And before the season, you were like, "Oh, Kirk Cousins, yeah, it's going to be a great year for them." And the offense
the O-line, I think the O-line has been their kryptonite. It's so bad that it doesn't mesh with Kirk Cousins. Since Kirk Cousins is not a guy that's going to go move around and do all these Patrick Mahomes and make plays, you need to give him time. And when they don't get time with that O-line, because the O-line's bad, it's not a good formula. So they really need to go either in the free agency or in the draft and just address this O-line. Do whatever they can to get at least a competition so people can play better.
They need to.
Yes.
You can actually. We just saw with the Seahawks. You can fix an O-line that's bad by changing what you're doing. When teams have to game plan differently, they think, "Oh, it's kind of on we can run faster." And if you come out and you punch them in the mouth, with Dalvin Cook, you just keep pounding rock. It changes things. We saw the Seahawks first 2 weeks of the season. The Seahawks looked, terrible. The offense was awful. The offensive line getting shredded. Russell Wilson was running for his life as usual. But that doesn't happen now. They completely flipped the script. And that Seattle line is really good. I think the Vikings are honestly will do the same thing. I mean, they got some big maulers up there that can. I mean, they showed yesterday they can run the ball. They can really do it. So if they keep running the ball and you allow Kirk Cousins, hit Thielen and Diggs and Kyle Rudolph and the spots where you need to, they can be dangerous. The defense is still good. Harris Smith, obviously one of the top safeties in the league. Great edge rush for Matt Hunter. They had for a little while now. Xavier Rose, even though he's maybe not as good as he's been, but Xavier Rose is still a great corner.
The defense has taken a step back this year, but they still have a proven track record.
Yeah,
they're Minnesota.
They can mess some things up.
They could.
They could waste some plans
for other teams.
Yeah.
One game that was good, although I didn't really watch it at all. The Lions Bills. I don't even know.
I mean, yeah, I touched on Billman has been really good all around, at least this season has been really good for him. That game didn't get a lot of attention from anyone, let alone us. But one development that I would take away from the game is Kenny Galladay is really not a receiving option on the left. That's like a really reliable option for the Lions. And he had a game yesterday after Davis White, which was shocking because Davis White locked down some of the best receivers in the league this year. So that's an interesting development that maybe Kenny Galladay, maybe we need to put him in the elite tier receivers.
I've actually heard some comparisons of him, not quite Calvin Johnson, but Calvin Johnson-esque because he's very physical, he's very fast. Yes, he's 6'4" or whatever.
Yeah.
He's fast, he can go get the ball. So I've heard that comparison. It's not, I wouldn't necessarily agree with it 100%, but it's not bad. It's not bad actually. But Buffalo's generally good at home just because they're the weather and the fans go absolutely ballistic up there in Buffalo. They're a tough team to play at home. It doesn't really matter who they're playing. Their team's not good, but their environment around them makes them play a lot better.
They're,
Not a bad outlook for the next few years. Josh Allen.
it's kind of comparable to the Lamar Jackson situation. Yeah, obviously we can run at this point pretty much the season. And they gotta get him in a little longer. They gotta develop his passing, give him some receivers. Actually not have a full running back that hurt.
Oh, that's. I remember that. Yeah.
That was about all the attention that they were running with a fullback for a little bit there.
That's probably the only reason Detroit was in this game. But, yeah. Really aren't not a great team, but yeah, I mean they're still hanging around. Cincinnati beating Oakland by 14. Joe Mixon had a day. He is. He is. Al Boyd, yes. Joe Mixon, yes. Andy Dalton, They need to move on. They need to move on. Their teams, their defense is kind of old. They've had the same defense forever. They've had the same coach forever. They've had the same quarterback forever. It's one of those things that they don't realize that staying still is actually making them worse.
They got offensive pieces. I mean, AJ Green is, extending his prime, but he can still play for sure. Boyd's looking like a nice compliment. Mason's good. Their O line is solid. CJ Uzama at tight end, and they've got Tyler Croft. They got decent tight ends. I mean, you can't count on that right for anymore at this point.
No, definitely not.
I think they need to move on from Andy Dalton. I think they need to get rid of Marvin Lewis. Don't bring in Hugh Jackson. Just
don't do that.
No, they need to go.
Why do that?
Legitimate coach that's going to be more forward thinking, and we can see them be a lot like. It's like the Colts. The Colts, both had some pieces the past few years, on offense at least, and their defense is needed kind of a rebuild. I think the Bengals could be something similar. If they go get a good quarterback and rebuild that defense, and they could be right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next game we have Washington beating Jacksonville. Not a lot to say in this one. It's not a great. It was close, but two teams that no one really wants to watch at this point. Washington. They're just. They shouldn't, but they are.
They're trying.
They're doing everything they can to be a wrecking ball at a tea party. It's not. They're trying. Quarterback Josh Johnson, first pick in the AAF, not the AF league. It's the AAF. I mean,
San Diego fans be really
Jacksonville, Blake Bortles getting benched for Kessler. Kessler's taking out the plays. Jacksonville's just bad. Yes, he predicted it before the season. We were all like, "Oh, that's crazy! Like they're the best defense in the league, and they're they can run the ball." Yeah, I'll give you credit there. A bad season. They need to move on from Blake Bortles. I think that's clear.
Obviously, that defense is still good. I mean, it's great last year, but I mean, when you have a season that good, you're due for some progression.
Yeah, especially with all the turnovers they had, you can't bank on getting that many turnovers.
Yeah, and Bortles, going forward with Bortles, I had no confidence in him. So it was a pretty easy prediction for me to make.
Not a great. Maybe their window. I think their Super Bowl window is past.
It opened for 1 year and closed.
Yes, because they're that bad.
If they didn't
offense.
blow the game against the Patriots,
at that point, yes, it would.
I mean, that would have been an all-looking Super Bowl. We definitely wouldn't have had,
Oh, yeah, because
Super Bowl was crazy offensive. Yardage was like Chiefs fans type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville was Philadelphia.
Basically two backup quarterbacks.
Jacksonville would have had
Yeah, because they obviously need to go get a quarterback, but I don't see them going and getting a quarterback because we know Justin Herbert has not declared for the draft.
And apparently they're rumors not be coming out either.
I don't see. I think they'll just try to go for like someone like Teddy Bridgewater maybe, or one of those backup quarterbacks.
So maybe they'll try for like a temporary
just something. Just maybe a Tyrod, or is Tyrod on a 1-year deal or something?
Yeah,
maybe a Tyrod or yeah.
That's not gonna work though. I don't know. Jacksonville is the defense is.
They're gonna go. They're gonna want to get paid too. Those young players, Miles Jack, Jalen Ramsey.
Right.
They're gonna want to get paid, and they're not gonna be able to. They physically will not be able to give them the money because they'll run out of room. So, not looking good for Jacksonville. Another game that was not entertaining at all was the Tennessee Giants game. 17-0. We can just let's move on.
Yeah. Who even won that game?
Tennessee won that game. 17-0. 17-0. Mediocre Tennessee. 8-8. They're gonna finish 8-8. Yeah. Saquon's good. That's bad. That's all you need to know. Okay. Saturday night. We're going in opposite order here. Saturday. Was it Saturday night? Yes. Cleveland, Denver. Baker Mayfield looks legit. He looks legit. I don't think they did. It's perfect for the way he's has a whole underdog story, and Cleveland's one of those teams. Like, I mean, who wants? It's Cleveland, like, but it works well together because they both have underdog mentalities, and it's just the culture in Cleveland right now. Cleveland's excited for him. This team. They're okay. Yeah. I think. Yeah, he had a bad game, but what does he have? 6 yards to carry or something like that.
He's gonna go over 1,000 yards.
He's in company with Barry Sanders, and I don't know, someone else that's good. For sure. Especially right out of Colorado, right in their backyard too. But yeah, I think the Cleveland will go and get a new head coach just because they want Greg Williams to focus on the defense. They're not going to want him to focus on the offense. They're going to get an offensive-minded head coach. I don't think they should go with Mike McCarthy just because Mike McCarthy's stuck in 1990 and his old kind of bland offense. I think maybe one of those newer, younger, offensive-minded head coach guys would be good for Baker, but I don't think Mike McCarthy's a good idea. It could be an interesting fit. All right, we're gonna go to your team now. The Jets. Nice, a good competitive loss for them. That's what you want. Want to tank, but make it look good.
Arnold looked really good in that game. You could even possibly say he outplayed Watson in that game.
They lost though.
They did. But I think he played better than Watson did. Obviously, the Jets don't have the same important pass.
No, not even close.
Arnold looked real good. Limited impact. We were missing for a while. We went off that game. Robbie Anderson finally got the Arnold to Robbie Anderson connected. Thankfully, waiting all year for that.
Yep.
And the Jets. I hope we get us done the draft. I mean, there's not much to say. Thanks on the other hand, Hopkins put up
He's
put up a number
ridiculous.
on Tremaine Johnson.
He's ridiculous.
I don't know why we're single covering DeAndre Hopkins.
That's a bad idea.
Tremaine Johnson is we tried.
You guys have a lot of money. You're all right with it.
Yeah, we tried.
They could be Jets probably the front runner for Le'Veon Bell. Probably. New York.
Maybe, I mean,
they have a lot of money. It's New York. They need a running back really bad.
Well, going back to what I said earlier,
yeah, he's gonna.
You give Bills a chance to put Andrew Luck and that line.
May
I
not
don't know if
want
he's gonna pass that up.
to. May not want to wait around to let.
But it's gonna be like last year. Is like the Jets will throw more money, but it's more about like Bell might want to go to a better situation. But I don't know. Bell's maybe all about the money, so we'll see. We'll see what Bell
Bell's
prioritizes.
priorities are not.
Really all about the money.
Must be. Okay, yeah. Yes, the Jets. Yeah, they need some things to do, but I think they're doing all right. Competitive losses, getting a good draft pick, get an edge rush probably.
Donald looked good.
Edge rush or. Oh yes, okay. Thursday night game. We didn't talk about this. Did we talk about this on the last podcast? No, we didn't. Chargers coming in at the end, squeaking out that victory, getting the 2-point conversion. That game was insane. It was a fun game. It's just like total
without
chaos.
Melvin Gordon, without Austin Eckler. Chargers. I'm starting to believe in the Chargers. You know,
They
all
have-
season, like people are like, "Oh, the Chargers are good," and I'm like, "Okay, when did that happen?"
Yes.
And it was like, "Oh, they beat Seattle." I was like, "Okay," but you know, they beat the Steelers. I had that crazy comeback against the Steelers. Doing the same thing against the Chiefs. You know, come playoff time, if they actually don't get behind in games, they can be dangerous.
This is their one stable win they can go back and say, we beat the Chiefs.
They also beat the Steelers. You know,
I think this is one of the best
Phil-
rosters in the league.
it is. It's a very, very complete roster. I think Phil Rivers might finally get his chance at a Super Bowl, and hope he doesn't mess it up.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him, honestly. I'm rooting for him.
It's a good team. That'll be hard to stop. The only problem, like we said before, they have no home field advantage at all. They're playing in a soccer stadium.
I saw that their home stadium naming rights, it's probably StubHub Center, it expires on the start of 2019. So the stadium is literally going to be renamed in the middle of the season. It's going to be like the New Energy Sports Park or something like that January 1st. So I don't know.
They're probably gonna move again. They're probably just either gonna go back to San Diego or find some other city that wants them. Because LA with the Rams,
They can't go back to San Diego at this point. I don't even know why they left San Diego.
that's what I'm saying. They don't like they should not be.
fine at the Qualcomm Center or whatever it's called.
That
was their home for so long. Like they had such a nice legacy there. I don't know why they left.
LA is not the fit for them though.
Yeah.
With the Rams,
The Rams are overshadowing them.
and then obviously LeBron and
yeah.
LeVar Ball, whatever. But yeah, the Chargers, they need to move.
They're such a good team. They're being
That's
overshadowed.
their team is that good, but they're still not getting the recognition from their fan base, which is sad to see. But that's all the NFL games that we have played last week.
All right, before we wrap this up, MVP race. Who do you think's front runner now? After seeing the Chiefs lose, after seeing the Saints being vulnerable, after seeing Gurley not do as good, who's front runner for MVP
That's a
now?
tough question. Where are the Saints? The Saints played tonight.
Yeah.
MVP.
Does Andrew Luck become a front runner?
Can it be Khalil Mack?
Can
it be Khalil Mack? Khalil Mack needs to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
He tackled Aaron Rodgers backwards yesterday.
I don't see it.
No, but that'd be really interesting. No, I think we got to stick with Drew Brees though, just because. It's a win tonight. I think we got to go with Drew Brees. He's played so well this year. The team's played well around him. It's the perfect fit. Maybe even win a Super Bowl and MVP. That'd be perfect for him. I think that would be a good fit. Still go Drew Brees though.
For me right now,
Mahomes?
no. I think it's front runner now. He's been the one.
Okay. Yeah. Without Andrew Luck, I mean that team's not. They'll have a decent quarterback, but he's a superstar. Sure.
Alright, so I've got Andrew Luck. He's got Breeze.
Wait and see. One of those wait and see things.
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough.
All right. Well, that's the podcast today, everybody. Hope you have a good day, and we'll see you soon.